this is a couple years. This is a couple years ago, but that's Raj and his family.
And what year did you adopt him?
Well, Raj was born in 80, and he came in on September 25th, 1981. He had just
From
turned
Calcutta?
a year.
No, from
Delhi.
Delhi. From
Yeah,
Delhi.
it was all run out of Delhi because that's where the government offices were.
And what was the name of this woman again?
Kathy Sridhar, Sreedhar. She had been a Peace Corps volunteer who married an Indian who died. And while they lived in India, she volunteered for Mother Teresa. And Mother Teresa, she persuaded Mother Teresa to allow her to adopt a child. And then she moved back to D.C., where she had a real full-time job. And the bottom line was she persuaded Mother Teresa to let her handle a small number of adoptions. And there was no advertising. You found out about this totally word of mouth. And they send you this letter, which it may even be in here somewhere in the stack of papers. But they send you this letter that would have discouraged anybody who had never been in India from adopting. I mean, it was like these children, you can't guarantee their health, and they have been exposed to all these diseases, and you know nothing about their heritage. And see, the thing is, when you adopted through Mother Teresa, if you went ahead and did this, it was not for the foolhardy. I mean, or for the faint of heart, because you knew nothing, zero, nada, nothing
About that child.
Nothing. And you were taking it totally on faith that they said the kid was healthy or whatever. And I mean, now we hit the jackpot. I mean,
no kidding.
I mean, Raj, I've got a friend who just came back from Ethiopia with Holt, and she is doing, this poor woman, she's a faculty member, and this child has been desperately ill ever since she got home. I never missed a single day of work because Raj was ill. He is perhaps the healthiest, sturdiest person I have ever known. And, you know, well, look at what he's doing now. And he was smart, and he's personable. And,
That's just an amazing story, isn't it?
And I had heard that Mother Teresa didn't want to adopt for Americans because of racism. And the single most important question, you had to fill out volumes of paperwork. And what I was told was that the only question that really counted with either Mother Teresa or Kathy, and I think I have Mother Teresa's actual signature on one of the documents here. But where is it? I retrieved it from the adoption file. There's the adoption deed. But the single most important
10
question...
rupees?
Yeah.
What did you pay 10 rupees for?
I have no idea.
I mean, that's like not even a penny practically.
I know. But, of course, you know, the actual, what we had to pay was a little more expensive than that. Here's another adoption paper.
Amazing.
I think this has his actual, I think that's Mother Teresa's signature.
Sorry.
No, this is the original that I retrieved from the court, and that's Mother Teresa's signature. That's what they told us. No, it's not. Okay.
No, because she had this big loopy.
Okay, well, in that case it wasn't, and so, but anyway, they told us that she signed documents, so, anyway.
The sister.
Anyway, oh well.
Tamil?
It makes no difference.
No.
But,
this is amazing. 10 rupees. Oh my gosh.
Well, anywho.
From the courthouse.
But the single most important question was, why do you want to adopt from India? Now, the thing I absolutely don't want to lose is that original little picture of it.
Oh gosh.
Because the single most important question was, why do you want to adopt a child from India? And most people would say things about they wanted to help suffering humanity and stuff, and that would automatically get you eliminated. No, it makes
Sorry,
perfect,
I totally get it.
it makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
because the only answer they wanted was because you wanted to raise a kid.
Right.
Aw.
See, if you wanted to help suffering humanity, you weren't really doing this you were doing this because you were going to be temporarily noble.
Mm-hmm.
And adoption is not about, as we know, about temporary nobility. And I think my answer was probably something to the effect that I thought we would be good parents for an international child because of our experience in India, and we could give this child exposure to his birth heritage, which frankly he could have ever cared less about. I mean, but we tried. And
I was in India when an Italian couple came to get a baby, and I interviewed them in their hotel room. And it was so cool because they had already adopted a little girl a few years earlier.
yeah.
And so she had this total Italian accent. Mama ba-da ba-da-ba ba-da-ba, this little orphan from India, and now they're coming to adopt another one, and it was just
Yeah.
I was there when she had brought the baby, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, and then see,
Where did you get your baby? Where did you meet him?
well, at Omaha. Okay, but there's an interesting story about how we came to get Raj, because I was working for Union Pacific Railroad at the time. I was in public relations, and I didn't travel all that much, but I had to go back to Washington
By the
for
way,
work.
someone has called. They're looking for us, I think.
Was it
I just-
402-280 number?
Let me see.
It's probably Francis.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hold on. 402.
280.
Hi, Linda. This is John Keenan from the Omaha World Herald.
Oh.
I'm calling to see if I could talk to you on the phone for a couple of minutes just about your presentation at Creighton tomorrow.
Oh, he already called. Oh, wait, that must have been yesterday. I didn't even hear it. He must have called while I was on the plane. I'm wondering why it just came in now. Oh, well.
Well, anyway, so we had filled out all the paperwork, and Kathy had told us that it would be in 6 months, or in 4 to 6 months, or whatever, we'd have a baby. She'd have a referral. And of course, when you do the referral, that's only the start of all the paperwork, because then you have to do all the immigration stuff and all that good stuff. But so I had to go back to D.C., and I hadn't heard anything, so I decided to give her a call, and I give her a call, and she's having a family problem, and she's doing all this out of her home. And so she basically says, I don't know what the deal is, but there's some kind of a hold on it. So it's the longest night of my life, and then I had to come back to Nebraska over the weekend without knowing what was going on, and basically it was, don't call me, I'll call you, we don't know what's going on. You think you've jumped through every hurdle, and you're waiting for the
It just
assignment.
keeps on going and
Yeah,
going
anyway,
and going
and going.
And everything
Anyway,
around Mother
and so
Teresa